Can playing ping pong help in the battle with Parkinson's disease? That's our Techstination with a very special guest. I'm Fred Fishkin. He is a Croatian American musician, composer, performer, peace activist, and founder of Ping Pong Parkinson, a nonprofit using table tennis as a form of physical therapy for Parkinson's disease. Nenad Bach, you have an amazing story to tell, and thank you for taking time with us.
Good morning.
Well, let's do a quick bio, as impossible as that sounds. Give our audience a little bit more information about your background. You've had a wonderful career in music and now all of this.
It's very difficult to talk about yourself, but I'll do it shortly. I'm a civil engineer, composer, producer, and peace activist. And I started to make my records. First album I'm doing now, the seventh album. First album I started when I was 23 years old. I moved to the United States from Croatia in 1984. And I'm fascinated by this planet and people and magical life on Earth. And I got diagnosed with Parkinson in 2010. In 2015, I stopped playing music, guitar actually, because I couldn't play. I can show you, I don't know if I can show you, but syncopation I couldn't play. But anyway, this is downbeat, and this is syncopation. So it's on the up. And you have to press your fingers, release, press, release, press, release, press. It's very complex for the brain, since you have a lack of dopamine and lack of neurons. So I stopped playing because I couldn't play. And so by accident, my friend asked me to play some ping pong at the Westchester Table Tennis Center in Pleasantville, New York. And I played. And the next day I felt much better, like 50% better. So I thought, well, that would be accidental, you never know why. But next week I went to play and I felt better again. So I said, there must be something there. So I increased to 2 to 3 times a week. And after 3-4 months, I could play syncopation again. So I reversed some symptoms. So since I reversed symptoms, I started ping pong Parkinson therapy. And now we have in 26 countries over 2,000 people playing. And we had the World Championship recently in Croatia, the third World Championship. So my music is, again, I'm making a 7th album. I perform with a number of interesting people in the world, from Pavarotti and U2 to members of the band. So I would say I have a lot of pearls, but I don't have a necklace yet. So anyway, that's in short.
There is science involved with this. What is it that about ping pong that has allowed you to reverse some of the Parkinson's symptoms?
Well, we don't know yet. There is a clinical trial starting now in Wales, UK, in the Cardiff University. The science is still silent about it. There are only few trials that were very positive, but what we really don't know why. There must be some reaction of speed, hand-eye coordination, something that either we build new neurons or we rewire old ones. Something is happening. So I hope that somebody who is listening will find scientists to look into this thoroughly.
It's really fascinating. Has it worked for many, many people?
Yes, it's not just me. We have witnesses who could not walk and are walking now, who could not talk, or they talk so softly that nobody would understand them, and they can talk now that people can understand them. So there are a number of cases. I'm not the only one.
And you mentioned the tournament that you're having every year, and this is spreading throughout the world. How is it spreading? How are you getting people involved with this?
Well, we have a website, pingpongparkinson.org. People communicate with us. We have clubs, over 200 clubs in the world. And we are still in the process of organizing ourselves because it's happened so quickly. But for example, the tournament in Japan started already yesterday. Ping Pong Parkinson Japan Open. Tomorrow, on November 18, 2022, there is a Ping Pong Parkinson Brazil Open in Sao Paulo. In December, 16th of December, we have a USATT Open, United States Table Tennis Association Open, where we have an event with Ping Pong Parkinson. So Israel Open just happened a couple of weeks ago on November 5th. So I was there as well. And in Croatia, there was a World Championship on October 12th to 16th. So we are doing it, basically.
You were a fairly young man, weren't you, relatively speaking, when you when you were diagnosed with Parkinson's?
It was 12 years ago, so I was 56, like 55.
And you thought a few years later, you thought your music career was over.
Exactly.
And now you're working on a new album. And yes. I've had a chance to listen to your music, and I've become a big fan as well. And there is a short documentary that was produced as well that I think we'd love to share with people.
People usually say, why me? You know, like, I never say that, why me? Of course, it's not easy thing to hear. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2010.
It is my very great pleasure to introduce from Croatia, Nenad Bach.
Nenad Bach!
I went around the world twice, you know, just played with symphony orchestra, performed with Pavarotti and Bono and U2 on the stage, and met kings and queens and you know, presidents of countries. I lived my life fully, and I don't know, I inhale life. I've seen people with Parkinson's. It's not easy to observe other people deteriorating. But I never regret that I got Parkinson, because it maybe prolonged my life, because it slowed me down. It's a self-preservation of body, you know. My body knows more than I do. Nobody dies because of Parkinson's. They die with Parkinson's. Somehow I felt that I can do something about it. Yeah.
What made you feel that way?
I really don't know. Maybe eternal optimist. Something that looks impossible to me, it's possible just with time. And that's my strength. Playing ping pong for me means freedom. Free of past, free of future. Once you observe the rotating, spinning ball in the air, it's you don't think about anything else. It started a couple of years ago when a friend of mine invited me to play ping pong. And then I noticed that next day I feel much better, even cognitive better, and thinking better, and moving better. So I started to play more than once a week. I noticed the difference. That was the breakthrough for me. That was something, it means that I reversed the symptoms. So they called it neuroplasticity. Whether I rewire all the neurons or I created new ones, nobody knows yet. But something happened. 2.5 years ago, I started Ping Pong Parkinson non-for-profit organization. We have around 10 people with Parkinson and around 10 volunteers. They come like back down, we barely move, and then suddenly they start to play ping pong and they are smiling, they are running around like a children, you know. You have to see the smiles of these people. You see immediately the difference in people. There's some magic in watching, observing that spinning ball. It's amazing. It's like a butterfly from. It's amazing transformation. There are around 10 million people around the world affected by Parkinson's. We are playing for all of these who cannot play. We want to move things. We want to shake the world, not just shake ourselves.
Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
So beautifully done, and we want to applaud the man who made that short documentary, Brandon Lavoie.
Yes, he's a very talented man. Also, I have to say that producer was Barbara Koppel. She's twice Oscar winner for documentaries. So there is a talent, huge talent behind this short story. I sent you also a link to ESPN story that was done by Scott Sikowski. I think very well done as well. So I'm really lucky that I came across so many talented people.
Well, 10 million people, as you've said, in the world have Parkinson's. Mm-hmm. What is your hope? How big of an impact are you hoping you can make with ping pong Parkinson's? And is ping pong the only sport that seems to have this kind of effect?
No, boxing is good, dancing is good. You know, a lot of things. Movement is good, walking is good, but ping pong is especially good because it combines, like playing table tennis is like running 100 yards and playing chess at the same time. So it uses all parts of the brain. Boxing uses only some parts of the brain, but dancing some parts of the brain. But ping pong uses all of them. So one doesn't exclude the other. I would suggest that people use whatever they can, whatever they love, because you don't need the discipline if you love to do something. So the game of ping pong is quite entertaining. It's like, you know, you give a cat a ping pong ball, and the cat will play for half an hour. Humans are the same. They're fascinated by this spinning ball in the air, that you want to hit the tangent, of the ball. This ball, you have to hit on a tangent while the ball is spinning in the air. Ooh! So it's quite challenging, but also fun. So I think it needs to be proven, but I think ping pong has the best benefit for our symptoms.
When you sit back and think about all you have done over the years on the world stage, as you mentioned, playing with U2, playing with Pavarotti, where does Ping Pong Parkinson rank in your mind among your accomplishments?
Well, I never think about my accomplishments to start with, so I would think it's live right now, equal to everything what I do. So I'm living it. So I'm not just talking about it, I'm living it. And I enjoy very much so. So special joy is that it helps other people. So when you help yourself, that's fine and that's nice. But once you are able to help other people, that's a special privilege and special gratitude and gratification as well.
And I have to say, your music is in that category as well. Your lyrics and your compositions can be so very touching and seemingly heartfelt, deeply personal as well.
Well, that's the way it should be. Yes, thank you for saying that.
You're winning many fans all over. Tell us where people can go for more information. Let's talk about Ping Pong Parkinson and also about your music.
For Ping Pong Parkinson, you can go to YouTube, Ping Pong Parkinson YouTube channel. You can go to pingpongparkinson.org. So Ping, Ping, Pong, Parkinson.org. And there is a huge development in Germany, which is pingpongparkinson.de, Deutschland. So that's and also you have Facebook group Ping Pong Parkinson. The people gather and exchange information. So that's basically for the music. You can on Spotify. There is a new song. We call it Ping Pong Parkinson, and I Love Ping Pong is another song. My music they can hear on nenadbachband.com, NENADBACHBAND.com, and they can hear the music. Or just Google it, try to find it.
Now, ping pong in person is one thing, but you are also involved in getting this onto or spreading the word about ping pong using virtual reality as well. Tell me a little about that.
Well, that's very interesting journey. I found out with the Oculus, I got the Oculus Quest, and I found the program 11. And it's fascinating how real that sounds and looks. So I created immediately a group, Ping Pong Parkinson VR, virtual reality. And we already had even World Championship last year when pandemic was on, when we couldn't share our joy in person. So this is developing, and is going forward. And we play all over the world with different people. People who play in real life play also in virtual reality as well. It's fascinating how well that is done.
Does it seem to have the same effect on Parkinson's if you play using VR?
Well, we don't know. I'm sweating in 10-15 minutes. I'm sweating. It's a great exercise. How does it affect? I don't know. We have sensors. We have apparatus here, and sensors in two hands, one for ball, one for paddle. And So some scientists should generate data and do some research, because I don't know how to do it. So science needs to say, you know.
But from a personal experience, this has certainly had a tremendous impact. What do your doctors say about your Parkinson's today?
Well, it was very well said in ESPN story. That's a documentary that my doctor is being interviewed, and he said that everything improved for me. So he testified that, but testification, what is it? Testifying is not enough for science. It needs to be quantized numbers or parameters or something like that, so that we can compare.
Right. There needs to be scientific study of this, but clearly it has had a tremendous impact.
Yes. Yes.
Once again, the website is pingpongparkinson.org. Nenad Bach, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you for finding me, and thank you for your kindness.
Hey, I'm in the middle of filming. Yeah, music video. Everything is forever. Just be short. Okay? Alright? Right? Good? Awesome? No. Don't touch anything. Just feed your possum. Nothing feels the same. Everything, just everything is for better. That's the only way I could explain. How many summers in front of us? How many loved ones left behind? Cups of coffee in front of me. How many friends still alive? Everything I want from you is everything I want from me. Everything I do for you is so everything I do for myself. Winter comes and winter goes. Kingdoms rise, kingdoms fall. You and I, like a living proof.
stories, and how many glories, how many children left in vain, how many mothers and how many brothers, how many friends still alive. Everything is forever. Everything is forever. Everything is forever. Nothing feels, nothing feels, nothing feels, nothing feels, nothing feels the same.